Hello, my name is Victoria Rose, creator of the Live Life Show. Season 7 is all about life hacks, those things that I have learned from more than 7 decades of walking on this planet. Now, episode 3 is pretty darn exciting. To speak what you seek. Now, this is a real tongue twister about the uh, what wicked web we weave with our words. Try and say that really fast. What the heck do I mean by that? What I mean by that is we're not looking at the World Wide Web. No, no, no. Although there's enough wicked web being woven with nasty words, with slander, with put down, with all those things happening, I'm talking about the web, the connection that we have with ourselves and with our friends and our family and our community. Are you taking note of the words that you use? This is really important to take note because the words that you use affect how your body reacts. This is so true. So, I guess another way to put that is to be careful what you say because you are listening. I will give you a perfect example. A client, meeting her face to face in the days when we could do those things, remember the good old days? She had a goal and we'd work together on the inch by inch, it's a cinch, baby steps to get to her goal. And I asked her, well, how are you going with that? And she looked at me and she said, I just can't be bothered. And that's exactly what happened to her body language. She physically slumped down. The words you choose to use create the life that you will lead, whether or not you want to lead that life. It's not just about not wanting to offend or upset others. That's something you will always do at some stage. To me, it's way more important to take note of the words that you are choosing to use. Absolutely. So, I know, abracadabra. I don't think I've mentioned that yet. Abracadabra, although it has an ancient meaning that's been lost in the mists of time, some people have come up with abracadabra used to mean I create with the words I speak. And you do. Talking to a young man who was having a Zoom interview the very next day. And he said this, I'll probably muck up the meet and greet. Well, there's no guarantee that just saying that means he will. He's now allowed the opportunity, spoken it out aloud, and he's now allowed that way of actually reacting and happening combined with the nerves that you have when you're doing an interview, especially via Zoom if you're not used to the technology. Now, I'm not talking about lying to yourself. Often, though, we do lie to ourselves with the things we say, but we act as though the words we're using are true. We are our own greatest enemy, don't you think? We are told how empowering it is to finish this sentence, I am. And you're meant to come up with, I am Wonder Woman, I am a leader, I am inspiring, I am, and then work on that and own that. And I agree with that. More often than not, though, what's running through our mind, what's threading through our language with the words that we choose to use, I'm an imposter. I'm not good enough. I am fat. I am lazy. I am tall. I am short. I am thin. It's exhausting. We really do have to choose the words that we use because I say it again, because it's so true. Your body is listening. I used to go to a gym in those days that you could, fitness first, and it was not uncommon after I used to do pump, miss my pump. There I am in the change rooms, and in those days you couldn't take your mobile phone into the room to do your pump workout. How often, as these young things, because there's a woman's change room, they would come in, grab their phone straight away, notice that they didn't have any messages, and they would say, "Nobody loves me." Are they only joking? There's a problem here. Let me share with you another example of the words we use and how it's creating the reality that we live in. Those of you that have been part of my journey know that I've been a leadership trainer for decades. And for 1 decade, I had my own leadership training business, the Australian Academy of Leadership. Here I am in the classroom training a group of managers and their teams on leadership. In the front row is a woman. Before morning tea, she had said twice, "Oh, I'm just stupid." So I went up to her at morning tea quietly and I said, "Are you aware that already today you've called yourself stupid twice?" So she looked at me as though I was the stupid one and she said, "I'm only joking." And I looked back at her and said, "Well, it's not funny." And one of the things that she didn't realize is that every time she said, "Oh, I'm stupid," her team that was sitting behind her were quietly nodding their heads. So the words you speak create the life that you live. It is so important for us to really take note. For instance, often, every day, we're asked, "How are you?" How do you respond? Common responses are, "I'm okay, um, not bad," and you can continue with that. What if you made the decision today to say, "No, no, I'm not going to say, well, not bad," because a person like me then responds with, "Oh, and not good?" What if you said something like, "I'm fabulous," and do it in fun? I cannot, especially at a checkout, because they have to ask you, "How are you?" And they don't expect you to say, "I'm fabulous." And you? And I really love it when the person in the checkout looks up at me, has a little smile, and responds. And sometimes that response says, "Well, I'm pretty fabulous too." The other thing that I say, not all the time, just now and again, is I say, "I'm living the dream." Now, that one really gets a response. And often that response is just a giggle. No words are spoken. And sometimes it's a bit of envy. "Well, I'm not living the dream, wish I was." You know, what if the life that we're living now is just a game? What if it was just a game? A far bigger, better, more meaningful game than you'll ever find on your computer screen, ever. And what if we can choose how to live this life game? Well, you can. And part of the way you choose is by taking note of the words that you use. So I'm just going to share what the life hack 3 is. Speak what you seek. Be very careful that the words that you choose to use are creating a life that you do not want. My name is Victoria Rose. I hope that you've enjoyed the life hack for today. I will be back on my Over 60 Still Fabulous Facebook page every Thursday at 11 a.m. AEST. Join me, comment, be part of this share of what your life hacks are. And we could do a show together. What fun that would be. I'll see you next week. Bye.